Brendan Bradford, CodeSports.au joins us. Brendan, I'm still buzzing. I know that everyone that was there live in that stadium is still buzzing. Where did you watch it?
I had to stay at home. I couldn't risk going out. I was going to go to the pub with a couple of mates and watch it, but I woke up Saturday morning just genuinely nervous, and I was like, look, I'm just going to stay at home, had a few beers, watched it on the couch, and probably annoyed my neighbours for a solid 2 hours yelling and screaming at the TV. Amazing day. I'm still buzzing like you are.
That means, and you got to, okay, if you're serious, you got to commit. You can't go to Brisbane and you can't go out this coming Saturday night, okay? You've established the pattern. You've established the good luck. You can't break that now. You can't do it.
Maybe that's the clincher, because I'm 50-50 whether I go up to Brisbane or not, whether I buy plane tickets or a couple of mates are thinking about it as well, where there's talk of a road trip up to Brisbane. I think it's about a 10-hour drive, something like that. But that might be the clincher. I have to stay. I found, you know what, just down the road from me, I walked in Saturday morning, asked if they had any New Zealand beers, and they had tui. So I might have to go down, buy a box of tui, and just sit on the couch.
I mean, these things are important, mate. You got to establish that same pattern. You got to be wearing the same clothes, everything, sit in the same seat, do it all again. It's about routine. This is the sporting universe that we exist, where the karma god will slap you hard if you change your routine.
That's enough for me. Sold. I'm staying home.
Done. All right. Let's talk about the game, though. You've watched all year. It's been fascinating listening to your insights all year. And that game, to me, was the statement game. Were the team able to step up to a finals level? Now, I've been talking about this all show. Penrith showed us that when you get to this stage of the competition, you forget everything that's gone on. Everything is faster. The tackling is harder. You've got to make quicker decisions, all of that. Were the Warriors able to do it? Yes. And that's what impressed me the most.
Yeah, I was super impressed by the way, sort of after 15 minutes, I think the Knights had touched the ball twice and they knocked it on in the two sets that they'd have, and the Warriors had scored 3 tries, and it was, what was it? It was about 16-0. But you're sitting there thinking, going, all right, this can't last. The Knights will come back.
Yeah,
and
that's
almost
right.
in the second 20 minutes of the first half, it was almost the script was reversed, and the Warriors hardly got out of their own half. And it was the Knights putting on all the pressure, and to only concede 1 try after all that pressure, that gave me a bit of confidence. But then it was the way they finished it. In the last half an hour or so, yes, they ran in quite a few tries, but it was just pressure. Just perfect kicks straight down to Greg Marzu every single time, just building pressure. It wasn't, and on the flip side, the Knights were trying to pull one out of the bag. You know, players trying to do it all themselves. Kalen Ponga probably tried to overplay his hand a little bit, not playing as they had been to get there. Whereas the Warriors, playing as a genuine finals side with a set, with a plan, with direction, with discipline as well. Like you say, it really was a statement game.
Against a quality side that hadn't lost 10 in a row. That's such an impressive record, and it's very rare for any team in the NRL to be able to do that. So these are no mugs either. It said to me, top 4 is legit. You know, if you looked at that top 4 and think, oh, there's one team there. Look, you're looking at the Melbournes, you're looking at Brisbane, you're looking at Penrith, quality teams that have won many premierships each. If you're looking at one team there's an odd boy out. No. That's a top 4 side.
Yeah, absolutely. These have been the top 4 sides of the comp, and once again we've got to the final 4, and it is the top 4. And we've been speaking the last couple of weeks that the most likely team, or probably the only likely team to disrupt that, would have been the Knights. But yeah, no, they put on a historically good run for them. I think it must have equaled their most wins in a row, or maybe it was one short. When you think of the genuinely really good teams, dynasties that they've had over the years, that's pretty impressive. But just on the Knights, it'll be interesting to see how they go next year. Whether this was, like a sort of a one-off finish, or whether there's something actually structurally sort of sound there, because it wasn't that long ago that Adam O'Brien was on the chopping block. Given a game or two, or got to win 2 out of 3 games to keep his job, and all of a sudden they're 2 weeks away from the grand final. So it'll be interesting to see how they go on to next year.
Looking ahead to Brisbane, So this Warriors team goes in now with, I mean, you know, if it had been a struggle and arm wrestle against Newcastle, we'd probably be sitting here feeling different. But when you play like that, it says if you can turn up and play like that again, you got to be a chance. You have to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like I was saying before, just with the discipline and the maturity that they've played with, particularly in the second half against the Knights, and they've showed it at times this year as well, just pure discipline, grinding teams out. And, you know, I still think there are some question marks over Brisbane. Yes, they're probably the best team to watch in the comp. When it comes to knockout football, finals football, it's September. And you've got a team like, if the Warriors can produce similar to what they did last week, and if they can do it again, I don't know whether the Broncos have been really pushed like this at all. And when it comes down to knockout football, I mean, they put on a big score against the Storm week and a half ago, or just over a week ago, but they haven't really felt that pressure yet. And it's going to be interesting to see if they, you know, how they sort of respond to that.
On the other side of the draw, just a mere matter of a Melbourne Storm game, you know, compared to the Warriors' performance. You know, I mean, this is a Storm side that we all know how good they potentially can be. It's them against Penrith, but I think all eyes on this side of the Tasman are heading towards Queensland, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, look, it's the Storm, so I can't completely write them off, but after battling past the Roosters, fair few injuries, guys coming back possibly, you know, playing a Panthers side that is playing good football, that's had a week off, I think. Yeah, the only thing you're saying about this game is that it's Craig Bellamy and it's the Storm and it's Cameron Munster. But the Panthers should wrap that one up. And then, yeah, the real one to watch is on Saturday night, Brisbane against the Warriors.
I thought that was the best chant, best banner. I mean, I thought that Dallin up the Wateni Celeste was pretty good, but the Tahi Rua Toru Wa, that gets me. That gets me. That's brilliant, isn't it?
That was a good one. There was another one I saw. My Johnson has been hard all year. That was another. I hope they can get some signs into Suncorp Stadium on Saturday night.
Yeah, look, Brendan, it's fun over here, mate. Do you know what they've done more than anything? They've just put a smile on people's faces. There's a collective thing going on now where I had a mate before texted me and he said he dropped his car off for a warrant. He's catching the bus into Auckland, you know, just irrelevant. You know, why are you telling me this? And he said, as a kid got off the bus, said thanks to the driver. He said, thanks, driver, up the wires. That's what's happening in this country at the moment. Can you believe that?
I actually cannot believe it. The front page of the New Zealand Herald with the Sean Johnson Obama Hope picture on the same day. I think the All Blacks played the same day.
Yeah, played Namibia. Yeah.
Today, there's a World Cup. There's a Rugby World Cup on, and it's just up the wires everywhere. And I've been a slow adopter to the up the wires slogan. I'm a Let's Go On man from way back, and I was a bit shirty on up the wires coming in, but it's grown on me. It's grown on me, and I might have even used it once or twice over the past couple of weeks because just the way it's taken over the country, it's just so awesome. It's just a really good, fun seeming vibe.